Hi, I'm Eric Mulvin. I'm co-founder of Pac Biz, and I am here to show you our taxi blueprint for success and to walk you through what steps it takes to get started with Pac Biz and what you could expect for the first 60 to 90 days roughly. So first up, we're going to start down here at the building phase, and we're going to go through three different phases: building, the launch phase, and then the performance phase afterwards. So in the build phase, we're going to start getting training materials from you, start learning about what it is that we need to do to support your taxi customers and to answer their questions on the phone, just like we're right there in your own city. You're going to be providing login details if you're on iCabby, RTC licenses, DIS license logins, iCabby logins. If you're on another dispatch system, whatever credentials are needed to log into there. Moving on to the third step here in the building phase, we're going to set up time for our onboarding call. We're going to set up the calls that we need to do to get started. So if we need to do calls with your training team and our training team so that we can get the agents you'll be starting with ready, we can go ahead and do that. If you don't feel like that's necessary, then we could skip that step. But those would be the first three steps we do in working with us. And the next step, we'd do our onboarding call. So you'd meet the account managers. If you want to meet some of the agents that you'll be starting with, there's an opportunity to do that well on this call. And we'll be setting the standards and looking for what it is we need to do for your business, again, and to make sure we have everything running smoothly. The start date set, any other information we need to get started. And also, after that stage is when we set up communication tools. We have various tools that you could use, and we invite our clients to utilize. You could open tickets, support tickets, and so we'll set you up with that. And anybody at your company that needs access to that, we'll set you up with invoicing and online billing. We'll set you up with if you want to join our project management tool, Basecamp, and you can communicate with the agents or with the account manager, with the training team. And if there's any other tools that we need to use, Slack, Skype, Google Hangouts, whatever it is that you guys use to communicate that you want to include us in, we'll go ahead and adopt that and get all that set up. Finally, the big day, starting the calls. And so we want to take you from your customers who are, maybe you have people that are missing shift and they have a longer wait time. They're always getting new people on the phone that don't know all your standards. We're going to take you to consistent 24/7 support. And then throughout this whole document here, we're hoping to make you move forward from limited to scalable when you're working with Pac Biz, because then you could start growing and you could add agents rapidly. We always have people actually trained as backup on every account. And so if you need another person, we have someone that we could usually call on to fill in. And from managing everything yourself, maybe you're the only person that manages the logins and that oversees that. We do that for some of our clients. You don't even have to worry about that if you don't want. Account managers have that access for some clients. Again, we go from improvising and we try to really make sure we could plan everything out from the start date, the onboarding call, calls with our training team. We get that all organized so you have clarity and we have clarity here. And so that is the launch phase. And then from there, we move on to the performance phase. So as soon as we get started with you guys, we will be launching QA support internally. And so that's with the supervisors and with our quality team, where they listen to calls live. They'll coach the agents live right there on the spot if there's any issues with that call. And also, as part of that, there's ongoing call calibrations. And so you would be doing a call with the account manager and reviewing. You'll listen to a call, we'll listen to a call, we compare, make sure we're all on the same page. We're judging that agent's performance the same exact way that you would judge your performance. And so in both cases, we're going from, a lot of clients we see, they don't listen to all their own agents' calls. There's ongoing consistent monitoring every single week. And we go from, disconnection and maybe, we're not on the same page for how you view calls. But we make sure that we're all in agreement through these call calibrations. And then lastly, the final step is a 60-day check-in. And so we want to take you from normal growth to possibly accelerated growth. And we could do that in a number of ways. We provide chat support that you could start looking at adding on, or we could answer also emails, social media. We offer, in addition to that, an add-on where you could add dispatchers, or if you're in the UK, controllers that you pay a little bit more for, but now we could handle high-level work that wasn't able to be outsourced before. And so, at that point, that 60-day mark, that's when we start having those conversations to make sure we're performing at or exceeding the level you're expecting. And if so, is there anything else that you guys need? What are your customers missing out on? What support are they not getting that we could fill in? So that's where we have that conversation. And so through this process and this blueprint, that's where we could take you from not outsourcing to, possibly even doing the dispatching, for your company there. So I hope that information was helpful, and we would love the opportunity to tell you more about how we can handle that. And again, we got a great team, myself, Kelsey, RJ, and LV. So if you speak to any one of those, they'll be able to walk you through any questions you have on that process. And if it is something you want to get started with, would love to go over how you can enroll with Pac Biz and what it takes to get started with us. So thank you for your time. I hope that video was informative and helpful, and look forward to answering any of the questions you have. Thanks.